So, is the Canon R7 Mark II actually on its way? Well, if the rumor mill is anything to go by, the answer is a big, fat yes. The latest whispers from the camera world are all pointing to a release in late 2025, and folks, the rumored specs are shaping up to be game changers. We're going to cut through the noise and break down everything we're hearing, from the release date to the features that could make this the new king of APS-C cameras. Let's be real, the original Canon R7 was a monster. It was Canon's first flagship APS-C camera for the mirrorless age, and it became an instant classic for anyone shooting sports or wildlife on a budget. But tech moves fast, and with some fierce competition out there, the R7 is due for a successor. Today, we're digging into the most credible leaks to give you the full scoop on what to expect from the Canon R7 Mark II. The release date. When can we actually get our hands on it? Alright, let's get right to the question everyone's asking, when is it coming? While you should take this with a grain of salt, the overwhelming consensus points to a launch in the fourth quarter of 2025. Think October, November, or December. Now, some people were buzzing about a possible reveal at the IBC trade show in September, but that seems pretty unlikely. IBC is all about high-end cinema gear, and that's not really their R7's vibe. Plus, sources have said a release isn't imminent, which pretty much rules out a summer surprise. A planned dealer presentation for new products was also reportedly delayed, which might suggest a small scheduling shuffle, but the target still seems to be late 2025. This timeline just makes sense. The original R7 came out in 2022, so a 3-year cycle is a standard playbook for camera companies. It gives Canon enough time to nail the tech and drop it right in time for the holiday rush. So, you might have to wait a little longer, but all signs suggest the wait is almost over. The heart of the beast, a new stacked sensor. Now for the juicy stuff, the tech that's getting everyone hyped. The biggest and most persistent rumor is about the sensor. While some wild theories about 40-megapixel sensors and 8,000 video have been floated, the more credible leaks all point to a new 33-megapixel APS-C stacked CMOS sensor. That might not sound like a huge megapixel jump from the original R7, but the key word here is stacked. A stacked sensor is a total game changer because it reads data at lightning speed. For a photographer, this means to massive wins, virtually no more wobbly rolling shutter effect when you're panning fast, and the ability to shoot ridiculously fast photo bursts. This is the kind of tech that, until now, has been locked away in ultra-expensive pro cameras like the Canon R3 or Nikon Z9. Bringing it to the R7 Mark II would be a massive statement, showing that Canon is serious about giving sports and wildlife shooters a true mini-flagship. A silent revolution. The end of the mechanical shutter. But the sensor isn't the only revolutionary change we're hearing about. In fact, this next one, if it's true, is a huge turning point for Canon. There are very strong rumors that the R7 Mark II will be Canon's first EOS camera to completely ditch the mechanical shutter. Nikon has already done this with their pro-level Z8 and Z9 cameras, so it's not a totally new concept, but it would be a first for Canon. Why does this matter? Getting rid of the physical shutter has some incredible benefits. First, it allows for completely silent shooting, a dream for wedding, event, and wildlife photographers. Second, with no moving parts, there's no shutter shock to blur your images, and it's one less thing that can wear out and break. This rumor ties directly back to that stacked sensor. You can only get rid of the mechanical shutter if your electronic shutter is fast enough to kill rolling shutter distortion. The stacked sensor is what makes this shutterless design possible. This would also unlock some truly insane burst speeds, with rumors pointing to up to 40 frames per second, fast enough to make sure you never miss the shot. The supporting caster processor, IBIS, and video power. Of course, a camera is more than its sensor. Let's talk about the other key upgrades that could make the R7 Mark II a monster. It's expected to be powered by Canon's DigicX processor, probably with a DIGIC accelerator chip helping out. This setup is designed to chew through all the data from that new sensor, making autofocus smarter and the whole camera feel snappier. Next up, stabilization. The R7 Mark II is rumored to get a majorly upgraded 5-axis in-body image stabilization IBIS system, offering up to 8.5 stops of correction. That's a huge deal for anyone shooting handheld. It means sharper photos in low light, and gimbal smooth video without needing extra gear. Speaking of video, it looks like Canon is going all in for hybrid shooters. The R7 Mark II is expected to shoot 4K video at 120 frames per second, likely with 10-bit color and Canon Log 3. This is huge for creators, allowing for silky smooth slow motion with tons of flexibility for color grading, body, handling, and the lens ecosystem. So, what about the outside? How will the R7 Mark II actually feel to use? Rumors suggest it will borrow the body style and ergonomics of the bigger, pro-level R5 Mark II. This probably means a beefier grip and a better button layout, which will be great for long days of shooting, especially with big telephoto lenses. We're expecting a solid $2.36 million old viewfinder and dual card slots, most likely one super fast Express Type B slot and one versatile UHS to SD card slot. But maybe the most important piece of the puzzle is the lenses. One of the biggest complaints about Canon's APS-C mirrorless system has been the shortage of native RFS lenses. It's widely expected that Canon will launch their R7 Mark II alongside several new RFS lenses, which would finally address a huge gripe from current R7 users and make the system much more complete. Price and market position. Alright, the million-dollar question: how much is this thing going to cost? There's no official word, of course, but we can make an educated guess. The original R7 launched under $1,500, which was a steal. Given all these rumored upgrades, especially that expensive stacked sensor, the price is almost certain to go up. Most rumors and analysts are pointing to a price tag somewhere in the $1,800 to $2,200 range. This would position the R7 Mark II as a premium, high-performance camera. It's aimed squarely at serious enthusiasts and pros who need flagship speed for sports and wildlife but want it in a smaller and more affordable package than a full-frame beast like the R5. So, what's the bottom line? The Canon R7 Mark II is shaping up to be an absolute powerhouse. All the credible leaks point to a launch in late 2025 with a spec sheet that reads like a wish list. We're talking about a 3.3MP stacked sensor, a revolutionary shutterless design, an insane 40 FPS burst speed, massively improved stabilization, and powerful 4K 120p video. While these are still just rumors, they come from reliable sources with a great track record. If they pan out, the R7 Mark II won't just be a simple update, it will be a camera that could completely redefine the high-end APS-C market. But now, I want to hear from you. What do you think of these rumored specs? Is this an instant upgrade for you? What feature are you most excited about? Let me know everything down in the comments. And if you want to keep up with all the latest Canon R7 Mark II news, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss a thing. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.